Okay, so this lecture is going to be on group phenomena. We're going to start out as usual with a couple of questionnaires. So you're going to want to make sure that you do questionnaire number 7 and questionnaire number 8 first before following through with this lecture. You can score them according to this slide for questionnaire 7 and this one for questionnaire 8. Do note, for questionnaire 7, the possible range is from 9 to 63. Your score should fall somewhere in the range of 9 to 63, or you'll want to rescore it. You did something wrong. For questionnaire number 8, the possible range is 19 to 133. 19 to 133. All right, also we're going to start out with a thought quiz. Just want you to think carefully about these questions. We've all heard that 2 heads are better than 1, but also that crowds can be insane. So which is it? Are crowds wise or are they mad? Restaurants often demand group checks for larger groups because it helps prevent servers from being stiffed on the tip. True or false? Cockroaches perform better when they have an audience of other cockroaches than when they do not. True or false? And of course, we'll be exploring these phenomena and more in this lecture. On October 30, 1938, long before you were born, or I for that matter, actor Orson Welles narrated a one-time radio drama that was called, do any of you know? It was called War of the Worlds. The drama was presented as a series of simulated emergency news bulletins with full sound effects. This was pretty fancy then, right? Pretty high-tech. And it was periodically interrupting orchestra music with increasing urgency with these news bulletins, reported from the site of a fictional UFO landing in Grover's Mill, New Jersey. Further broken scattered reports indicated with increasing urgency that the New Jersey State Militia created martial law and attacked the UFO. Martians obliterated the militia and proceeded to attack New York City. The so-called emergency broadcast gave evacuation instructions, reported millions of refugees clogging the road, and casualty reports, and more UFOs landing, releasing poison gas upon the city. The drama ended with a broadcasting from atop the CBS building describing people diving into the East River like rats, others falling like flies until the reporter too succumbed to the poisonous gas. An estimated 2.9 million people only turned in to hear a portion of the show and thus mistook the fictional broadcast to be real. They clogged phone lines to police stations, CBS News, and newspapers, and many fled their homes. In this lecture, we'll be exploring many group phenomena, some like the story demonstrating the bloopers and madness of groups, others demonstrating the collective wisdom of groups. So let's start out with some definitions here. Make sure we're all singing out of the same hymn book. Okay, so we're going to define 3 words here. Non-groups are ones where the members have no influence on one another, no interdependency, and no shared identity or goals. For instance, unaffiliated people walking through the same park, unaware of one another's presence. Then there are groupings. For instance, strangers in a line in a park to buy ice cream. They influence one another, but there's no interdependency, and there's no shared ID, and perhaps only minimal shared goals. Now, true groups are members, for instance, of an athletic team practicing in a park. Yes, they influence one another. Yes, they are interdependent. And yes, they share common identity and goals. Now, just to make sure that you can describe these three and tease them apart. Okay, let me quiz you on this. So with each example that I give you, I need you to respond with non-group, grouping, or true group. So pause the video, turn it back on, and find out if you have the right answer after each one. First one, work teams. The answer is true group. Company picnic. The answer is true group. Theater audience. This would be a grouping. Bus stop. This would be a grouping. School clubs. This is a true group. Students currently roaming a campus bookstore. Non-group. Committees. True group. Shoppers at a mall. Non-group. All right, so moving on. Why do groups form? There are three basic reasons. One of them is protection against threats and pooling of resources, so it's an evolutionary function. Another is to gain a sense of personal and social identity. An important part of someone's feelings of self-worth come from their group memberships, and that would be a social function, right? The third is collective tasks. Many hands can produce more than one pair of hands. This is the function of government, for instance, to provide roads, rail transportation, in many other countries, healthcare, and higher education.